gang, gang. Hey, nothing but love and respect. You might have some cool fans, but mine are the best. We've been through it all, went to war when duty called. Never left a man behind, we move as one is super strong. I don't want followers, that implies I'm the leader. I'm not the captain, I just gave them something they can believe in. I hold the lamp in the darkness, but they're the light that I needed to see the road that we walk in between the angels and demons. And my fans have my back. Hate us if your feelings don't like facts. And my fans will fight back. Beat you with the keyboard you've been using to write back. I guess we need each other like both sides of the battery. We the army, we the homies, we the gang, we the cavalry. We're brothers and sisters, we hold it down like we gravity. Can't nobody break the bond that made us all family.
Me and my fans, we don't care what anybody say. Middle fingers to whoever in the way, man. Me and my fans, we gon' be together to the grave. It's the gang till forever and a day, man. Me and my fans, we don't even trip in the hate. We got all the fuck in our veins, man. Me and my fans,
We the hangover gang. Gang, 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 gang.
Oklahoma weather can dish out some of the worst punishment in the world. Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Aaron Tuttle. But now you can fight back by installing Class 4 impact-resistant shingles from Ferguson Roof Systems. These shingles can withstand large hail, heavy rain, and hurricane-force winds, all while keeping your home safe and dry. And the best part? This upgrade is completely free for many homeowners. So call today to start reaping the benefits these Class 4 shingles bring, including a discount on home insurance. Only at FergusonRoofSystems.com.
Hey. Good evening. Meteorologist Aaron Tuttle here with you. It's about 9:45 almost. You come to the right place. We're going to talk about storm system coming our way, see what has changed in the model data over the last 12 to 24 hours. Did a lunchtime live today, just kind of look at what the data was showing this morning. This evening data is already different from this morning. Matter of fact, every 12 to 24 hour run of the different models have all kind of fluctuated just a little bit in one direction or another. The consensus, though, has been to try to get it to move more to the north as far as the first round goes. And then a new trend started at lunch today, which was a little better signal for the second part of this storm system, which ironically was in the data when we first started all this mess. Then they dropped it, and now they're adding it back. This is all standards, typical. A lot of times these signals will come and go in a 7-day period as they try to kind of hone in on what is supposed to be happening, right, for the atmosphere. So it's kind of a complicated deal, but we're going to break it down for you. So thanks for joining me here on YouTube and also on Facebook. Feel free to leave all your comments, suggestions, thoughts, concerns, hate, love, whatever it may be. Now on Facebook, I'm going to post this link for you. You can opt in. I see Elisa. She's got some love for me. I see all those hearts. I actually like these little new things that Facebook's throwing out there. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so I'm going to put this little link on here, so click on this if you want to get notified directly by me through your Facebook Instant Messenger. That way you do not know or will not miss a live. Now, if you're on YouTube, the bell, tap the bell, you get notified all the time. Facebook's just a punk sometimes. They just don't want to always notify my peeps, and that's a problem. Matt sending me some love. All right, thank you for the stars tonight, Matt. Was it yesterday, last night? We had a stars party. It's a new thing that Facebook's doing. I don't know how or why, what, but it's cool. So it's a stars party. So that just kind of pops up. I don't know what triggers it. Matter of fact, I see a thing there. It says activate a stars party, 4 minutes, 51 seconds. So apparently we are now on a stars party and you only have 4 minutes left to be in this party. I still got to figure out what this is. Let's see. I see what it is. I just touched a button. So yeah, we're trying to reach 1 million stars. We'll see what we can do. So there we go, start party time. All right. By the way, thanks again, Tiffany. I see you in there sending me some stars, some love tonight. All right, let's get on with the data, shall we? First things first. Let me pull up the right feed. Oh, did I hit the enter button? I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Squirrel. Let me go back to that page real quick. Yeah, I did. Okay. All right, let's go on with it. Here we go. Actually, real quick, it's almost at freezing, man. 36 degrees. We can warm up really nice in the afternoons with that sunshine, but boy, it gets cold at night really quick. I mean, it's almost like we're in Colorado, right? Or in the desert Southwest here in Oklahoma. A little taste of what that climate is like. All right, so let's go on with the temperature. So we're going to get into the window now for the high resolution data. I see you, Annette, Amy, Ashley with some stars tonight. Thank you. Michael, Karen, Matt with more. All right, let's go with the temperature change as this front arrives. Let's see if it's got any, let's just say if it's moderated a bit, shall we? So we'll start to New Year's Eve, because that's really, New Year's is really, Eve is kind of where the things get interesting anyway, right? Okay, so this is Friday during the day. Most of us are going to be off on that day, and you'll be out and about doing stuff. Temperatures will be warming back into the 60s, so again, not a bad Friday in general. I'll show you the precipitation, though, here in a minute. Temperatures, at least, will not be bad. 6 o'clock, if you're headed out to some dinner, maybe, on the town. It's cool. It's 50s, so light jacket, or light sweater, something like that. 9 o'clock, and then there's midnight. All right, so your New Year's Eve celebrations, for this time of the year, you could almost consider that mild, although it'll be cool. So dress appropriately. Now, as we head on into Saturday, 3 o'clock in the morning, and now here's 6 o'clock in the morning. So the front is now pressing southward. So this cold air is going to come in with a vengeance. So the leading edge of the cold air is kind of about like this secondary line here. This is actually probably the Arctic front. This is more of a continental polar front. It'll override it anyway. It really won't matter. But what's going to happen is our temperature will quickly drop behind it. So we do fall into the 30s rather quickly here in Saturday morning. So temperatures will be falling all day on Saturday, back into the teens in the Panhandle and into Kansas. So during the afternoon, here's lunchtime, we're probably right about freezing point if we're lucky. And then we're back into the 20s during the afternoon. Here's 3 o'clock. We're at 23 degrees here in Oklahoma City. Southeast Oklahoma also cooling down by afternoon. 6 o'clock, McAllister's at 30. Bartlesville's at 18. Ponca City, 16. Up here in Woodward, you're about 17 degrees. And as we continue this trend for Saturday evening, so New Year's Day again, cold, blustery, gross. And then in the overnight period, we're back into the teens and even some single digits up here in the Panhandle of Oklahoma into Texas. And, of course, lots of Kansas seeing some teens as well. Now, that's the actual air temperature. Real quick look at the wind chill values on Saturday. Let's just go ahead and start here at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. You can see we're in the upper 20s, what it's going to feel like. It'll feel like 4 or 3 degrees there in Liberal, Kansas during the morning hours. Feels like 10 in Enid during the morning. Then it drops to 2 for Saturday afternoon. Ponca City, how about 0 degrees? How about even a -1 for Saturday afternoon and evening? 4 in Oklahoma City. So the wind chill values still look pretty brutal. They kind of hug up around the 0 degree, plus or minus a few degrees during the evening hours on our Saturday overnight and the Sunday morning. So again, nothing's changed with that. All right, so now let's move on to the upper levels of the atmosphere. Let's take a look at the storm system. What has changed? So this is a jet stream pattern. This is where our storm systems come from. The brighter the energy, the brighter the colors, the more energy there is to squeeze out precipitation is the best way to look at it. It's the most lift. All right, so we're going to go through time here. Let's head on into, you can see this guy coming in from the southwest. It kind of falls apart. Look at this. I'm going to back it up. This is kind of interesting. It was a nice low, a little bowling ball. And if it could stay a bowling ball and come in north and east, and that really produces quite a bit of precipitation, all right? But the models actually have it kind of falling apart. But what it does have is a new piece of energy coming down the northwest to take its place, and that tries to form a bowling ball here at the last second. So let's see what happens here. Now, just to let you know, these models continue to change just a little bit each run. But as we go through time here, you can see how that bowling ball fills in. This is Friday afternoon and evening, so it comes in more of just an open wave trough. There's a lot of color, though. That means a lot of lift with this as it comes into Friday night and Saturday morning. Now, ahead of that, we do see a lot of lift in general over Oklahoma and Kansas. What this means is you get a lot of precipitation that squeezes out of the atmosphere when you have a lot of lift in the jet stream track. Anytime you get a southwest flow like this in the wintertime, because the air is flowing like this, all right, comes down, comes around like this, all right. So this is the flow of the air, the jet stream river current, if you will, because there's a high pressure ridge down here, and there's a trough axis like here. It's basically a low. So the air flows in between these guys like so. All right, so anyway, that first wave comes in Friday night, Saturday morning. Look up back here on the left, you see a secondary wave is trying to take its place. So the biggest shot we have is a first wave. Now the question has always been, what happens to the second wave? Now in prior runs, the models had taken the second wave and combined it with the first wave to just one big trough here, and it really limited our precipitation. They're now breaking it up. They're saying this first wave goes out faster, kicks through, and that gives time for the second wave to kick in and then produce a second round. So as we head into, this is Saturday afternoon, into Saturday evening. All right, now we're into overnight Saturday. Now it's starting to get more of a trying to get a cutoff low appearance to it at the last minute. So that's what you want if you want more snow. All right, just so you know, there is still hope alive. We head into overnight period Saturday night into Sunday, and that upper level low is moving right across the Red River on into Oklahoma and even Dallas-Fort Worth. So all of a sudden, when you have a pattern like this, not only does snow go up, it covers a larger area, but now Dallas-Fort Worth, who was in the snow band at first, taken out of the snow threat, now it gets back in the snow threat. And so how about that? So this is what's all happened here this evening. All right, so let's see what happens when you break it down from all that into reality. So let's see, the precipitation is what I wanted. All right, so we're going to kick off the rain here for you. So when I talk about New Year's Eve, it's not exactly ideal weather. All right, even though the temperatures weren't too terrible, cloudy skies, some light showers, sprinkles, drizzles. So if you're going to be going out Friday evening, you'll probably get a little wet at some point as that little round of rain moves through. Here's midnight hours. Maybe we can time it. You saw those little ripples of energy I showed you in the jet stream, which is hard to time start, stop times because it's kind of an overall lift environment. We might get lucky. This is midnight hour right here on the map. So the midnight hour, it moved a first wave off to the east, and the second wave's coming in from the south and west. Will it work out like that? At this point in time, you can't say, but at least there's a hint that maybe something like that would happen. So in general, and in theory, maybe we can get out a dry midnight hour for you outdoors. But if it does, it doesn't last long, because at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's back to rain widespread. Now, if you look up north, this right here is ice into southern Kansas, developing in that pink area and red area, and purple area, and that extends on into northwestern Texas by 6 o'clock, northwestern Oklahoma by 6 o'clock in the morning. And then for the 9 a.m. hour, we still have the ice up here in northwest Oklahoma and some snow where it's cold enough, deeper, colder air for the Panhandle and Kansas and Texas. Otherwise, cold rain out here across eastern Oklahoma for your Saturday morning. Lunchtime, it still has the bulk of the activity up to the north. Now, again, remember, this is the first wave, and most of the lift associated with that is focused on the northern parts of the state as far as the winter precipitation is concerned on into Kansas. So again, that's lunchtime, and by afternoon, that first wave is pretty much gone. We still have some lingering flurries. So again, this first wave will still get some light snow action across maybe central, southern Oklahoma, western Oklahoma, but it'll be more flurries. I don't think it'll be anything that's going to be substantial or anything that's really being measurable at that point in time. So maybe a trace. But again, that's just the first wave. So that's through 3 o'clock. Now, what happens is curious. Remember the second wave. Look what happens now. 6 o'clock. All right, there's 9 o'clock, and there's midnight on Saturday night into Sunday morning. All of a sudden, this signal for snow is a lot stronger. Now, right now, this particular model, the NAM, has it kind of anchored in this region, moving through like this, and the tail end of that, of the upper level low. Now, this track can shift, so we're still early in the game for this. But at least that signal is there again, and it's increasing. So that does include the Red River Valley, North Texas for a little bit of snow, something like that. So there are different models and they're different outputs. We'll take a look at the American model for the mixture of sleet, freezing rain. It's got it kind of anchored over the northern third of the state for the most part in the southeastern Kansas. Now, if we look at the European model, it says, all that stuff's going to be up in the southern Kansas and not in Oklahoma. If you look at the NAM model, which you just looked at a minute ago, it does pretty good with freezing rain and sleet totals. It has those back in the northern third of Oklahoma. So again, traveling conditions, bridges and overpasses may be a problem on Saturday associated with that. I do expect to see at least some sleet mixed in with the cold front as it comes through. So it may not be measurable here, but we'll probably get some here in Oklahoma City. And we talk about the snow. The American model keeps shoving the snow. At first, remember a few days ago it had it way down here. Then it moved it up here, central Oklahoma to north, and now it's moved it back up into farther northwestern Oklahoma to Kansas. All right, well, that's a trend I didn't want to see because I want the snow here in Oklahoma City. So what's up with that, right? All right, well, that's the GFS. Now, it doesn't have much for that second wave because it hasn't closed off the low yet. That model data will come in this evening, and we'll see if it jives with the other. But if you look at the European model, it's a little sad on the first wave of snow in northern Oklahoma and Kansas. It actually has more of that kind of the icy mixture. But the secondary wave that comes in for Saturday night, pretty decent. 1 to 3 to 4 inches of snow here across the I-40 corridor. Now remember the NAM model had that kind of focused more down here. Well, the European has it more focused here. So a little difference, a few miles can make, but at least the signal has returned and it is getting better. Now if we do look at the NAM itself, it is, by the way, the NAM, typically you never want to use NAM for snowfall forecasts. It has a bias error that's built into it that usually overproduces on the snow totals. But if it can match the trend change with the European model, then you can lean heavier toward it. Now what it's doing is splitting the difference between the European and the Canadian and the American, which has the snow up here in northwest Oklahoma. So I like that. I think this is good. It's a good forecast. Into Kansas, no problem with that. Secondary wave right here is starting to show that it's coming into the southern Texas Panhandle and along the Red River Valley. Again, it's a good trend. I like it. It's new. It jives with the Europeans' idea, so I'm on board. So what that means is for me as a forecaster, my confidence and my excitement is starting to increase. All right, quite a bit compared to what it was yesterday or lunchtime today. It was just kind of a, almost a lame event. Here, potential for a little bit better of an event. Now we do look at the European ensemble runs. We did this, a couple days ago, just to see if you nudge the model different directions in many of its outputs, do you get more snow or less snow? In each one of these, there's a little bit more snow on the map than there was the first time we showed it. So that's a good trend. So in other words, the European is trending to more snow overall in general. Let me go to Saturday evening. It has several of these which have a little bit more snow widespread. Here. We only had a few panels that were showing this snow like this the other day. So this is a good trend. This is an increasing trend for snow coverage. All right, temperatures. Let's get on with the show here for the next few days. Here in Oklahoma City, and this can speak for the state in general. Everybody's going to be a little different. You can use my weather app, AT's Weather to Go. It'll give you your actual temperature for your specific location. But we're looking for that big, Saturday's a write-off, right? So just ignore the temperatures on this day. The models will never get the numbers right. It's following temperatures all day thanks to the cold front that comes in, okay? So just, it's a write-off. Sunday, it depends. If we get some good snow on the ground here in Oklahoma City, we'll never hit 38, all right? But that 10 degrees, boy, that's going to be cold. We do rebound quite a bit, though, for Monday. It'll be tapered some if there's still anything significant on the snowfall. That'll be tapered some. Otherwise, we're in store for a quick warm-up, and the model's kind of blended. Keep it into the 20s at night and 40s during the day in the extended outlook. Now, I will tell you this, and I've showed you this before. Past this little stretch here of the next 7 days, the American model is loving the idea. Now, one day it's hot on it, one day it's cold on it, but it's going back and forth. But it loves the idea of another big outbreak of cold air that sits around here for the end of the first week of January and the following week. So we shall see what happens in the extended when it comes to this. And it does, yes, produce more snow as a result. So this will be a pattern to watch as we head into the transition from the first to the second week of January. So I know that was a lot to give you tonight, but you know me, I like to be thorough. I like to show you what the atmosphere is doing. I like to tell you what all the models are trying to wrap their head around. And then as a forecaster, then I take a look at that data. And we look for trends, we look for signals when we're pretty far out. And we kind of start to fine-tune places, timing, that kind of deal. Winter weather, though, can be specifically difficult. So you don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. And what are we? We're Wednesday, all right? And we're still talking about an event that's Saturday and Saturday night. So it's still early, believe it or not. And those snowfall maps that I showed you will change, and the amounts on them will change. So we just kind of been watching the trends here all week. Let's see, Rick, thank you for some stars. I see you. Same thing for Jeremy. Appreciate you, gentlemen. There's a few more on here. Krista's in the house with some. So thank you for that. And let me check your comments here real quick on a couple of these platforms. All right. So for whatever reason, I'm not seeing my YouTube comments. Rude. YouTube kind of gave me some fits today, so maybe it's having some trouble. All right, let me go back to Facebook here real quick. Oh no, you're late to the party, Ron. Yeah, you have to catch the replay. So if you're watching me, I'll tell you what I'm going to do real quick before we go. I'm going to show you North Texas and Kansas. And we're going to see what the output is there. Because I kind of just focus on Oklahoma, which is, what I usually do. But let me include you guys. I know I got plenty of people that do watch me from both areas. And we can take a look at what the output is today. Just kind of give you an idea. Doesn't mean it's going to be, set in stone, because we're still early. But at least you'll have some clue. So we'll go up a notch. All right, so we'll head into Kansas for you. So kind of give you an idea of how the NAM looks when it comes to your event for Friday night and Saturday. So you do have some light showers, rain showers here around midnight. I'd be careful. Some of that could end up being a little icy because it's a very short transition window. By 3 a.m. it already has it painted on the map as ice. So if you're in southern Kansas, you have to deal with that. That expands and balloons up here in the eastern Kansas, Topeka and Manhattan, Salina, and then if you look up north and west of that boundary, it's all snow. Then the snow picks up even more as the ice expands south and east on a Saturday morning, and then during the day on Saturday. So it's a really, the models for that first wave love a good winter storm for Kansas. I mean, big time, pretty good, decent, right? The secondary wave you won't get. It's the first wave is what you're going to get. For Texas, North Texas, for example, your best chance is that secondary wave, depending on the track and how it comes out. Same thing. Oklahoma's kind of split. We get a taste of the first wave and then the second wave. So, like I said, the models for the snowfall don't bet your farm on the NAM, but the trend is for some heavier snow, quite a bit of it central and eastern Kansas for your Saturday with that storm system moving through. All right, so that's pretty decent. All right, and then I did mention some ice. Let's see how it does with the ice, because that was quite a bit on the map. And ice can be a problem, cause your power outages. It does have about, a quarter to maybe as much as half an inch in parts here of southeastern third of Kansas. So that could cause some power outages, just be aware. And with temperatures bone chilling cold, you won't want that, which I didn't show you temperatures up there, but if you're guessing teens, you're probably guessing correct. And how about some single digits? So there's Saturday night at midnight. There's single digit values there. Sunday morning, you're waking up below zero. So if you're losing any power or anything, you've obviously got some hurt going on. All right, let's go on into Texas. We'll show you Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, you guys, of course, will get cold too. You won't be as brutally cold, but you're going to be pretty cold. Man, wow, you're in the 70s for Saturday. Oh, how about that, man? Oh, that's great weather. All right, Saturday evening, though, your party comes to a crashing halt, and you're back into the 30s as we head into, looks like the midnight hour for Saturday night, into the 20s, and then, of course, cold into the 20s through Sunday morning. Now, precipitation-wise, let's take a look at you for your New Year's Eve and day celebration. All right, so Friday afternoon, you have some rain out west. It kind of skirts you to the north, so you're mostly dry for your New Year's Eve. You might get a few sprinkles, but that's about it. But once you get past the New Year's Eve window for the midnight hour on into 3 o'clock in the morning, the rain does pick up for you guys up there in North Texas through Saturday morning. And then here comes that second batch of snow. Where does it go from here? Well, the models seem to like at least you guys getting a little bit for the overnight period from Saturday night into Sunday morning here in Dallas-Fort Worth. I look at a point sounding from the model just to kind of see what the atmosphere looks like, to see if it's cold enough for all snow. And just barely, but yes, it does have you just in the category for all snow. All right, so that's good news if you'd like a little bit of the white stuff down there in North Texas. And that moves eastward along I-20 to Tyler, Shreveport. Gets a little bit of a mixture of some sleet, maybe a little bit of freezing rain down there toward College Station, and otherwise some snow there in southwestern Arkansas and southeastern Oklahoma. So there you go with that. You know what? Okay, fine. I didn't do Arkansas. Let's just do Arkansas. I got to treat everybody equally, right? All right, let me see here. For your New Year's Eve, rain up north of Little Rock through midnight. Then after that, rain into Little Rock after midnight. So you got a mixed bag too. as far as precipitation is concerned on time-wise. All right, we head into Saturday morning. There's 9, 10 o'clock, there's noon, there's 3 o'clock, so scattered showers for you guys. And then when it comes to winter precipitation, that secondary round will be making its way into southwest Arkansas on Sunday morning. And then we'll have to wait and see in the future runs what this ends up turning into. Anything significant? Maybe, because that low was deepening as it was starting to approach your area. It was a last minute hurrah for us, but does that mean that you guys then get the better lift in the atmosphere for it? Time will have to tell. But that's what we'll have to look forward to. All right, so I know that was a little bit of extended look because I wanted to throw in a few more of you guys as we looked around. You're welcome, Ron. Thanks for the strong arm stars. And Debbie's in the house. Thank you for the stars, Debbie. And I don't know what's going on, but you have all kinds of icons by your name now. You've got a badge, a star. It looks like a pair of glasses, and you have a 5. I don't know, but you must be doing something on Facebook that's just racking up some serious points. You're on top of it, whatever that is. All right, that's it for me. We shall do another live for you guys. If I go live tomorrow, which I probably will for lunchtime, check in, I don't know, sometime usually around 1:45 to noon-ish. And then tomorrow night again, probably after about 9:15, maybe closer to 9:30, after the new data comes in. I see you, Craig, get in just under the wire. Thanks, sir. And then we'll see how this snowstorm is going to materialize and see if there's going to be a little more ice with it, a little bit more snow, and then, where, how much, timing, all that kind of stuff. We'll get into it. Thank you, Bruce. And we're going to turn you guys loose tonight, so get some sleep. And it's our first decent winter storm coming for the Southern Plains. And right now, Kansas gets the big knock on the chin for the first round. What we're hoping for, well, this guy's hoping for, that the second round is going to get better with that the jet stream is turning into more of a closed low. So as long as that trend keeps going, we'll be all right. Okay, you guys be good. We'll talk soon. Take care.